Imagine scrolling through your phone over morning coffee, expecting the usual royal headlines. Kate in a dazzling outfit, William at some diplomatic event, but instead, your jaw drops. Meghan Markle has reportedly made a bombshell confession. I am not the mother. And just as the palace confirms, a new investigation is underway into the birth records of Archie and Lilibet. Yes, you read that correctly. The whispers have become headlines, and suddenly, the British monarchy feels less like Buckingham Palace and more like a Netflix drama. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. But before you panic, let's take a deep dive into what's going on, why this matters, and how the story might unfold in ways no one saw coming. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. It was a Tuesday morning that no one saw coming. Social media erupted as reports circulated that Meghan Markle had allegedly confessed something that could shake the very foundations of the monarchy. News outlets scrambled. Royal commentators went into overdrive. And palace insiders? Well, they went full-on panic mode. Picture the scene. Journalists clutching their phones, royal correspondents whispering in corridors, and palace staff fanning themselves as if the chandelier had just fallen. All over the world, people were asking the same question. Wait, what exactly did Meghan mean by, I am not the mother? The timing couldn't have been more dramatic. Only days after Prince William and Kate Middleton attended a high-profile state banquet in Germany, headlines began drawing contrasts. William and Kate as the true royals, and Harry and Meghan as the ones rewriting the rules entirely. Now, with Meghan's confession entering the picture, the narrative escalates from a family disagreement to a full-blown investigation into royal lineage and official records. Curious yet? Let's unpack the details section by section. Archie Harrison and Lilibet Diana, two names that have sparked both public adoration and media scrutiny. From the moment of their births, questions have circulated around their upbringing, titles, and even the accuracy of public records. Now, reports suggest that the palace has initiated a formal investigation into the children's birth records. Why now? And why the sudden urgency? Sources hint that inconsistencies in the documentation, combined with Meghan's alleged confession, prompted the palace to review official records for verification. Imagine the tension. Archie, known for his curious eyes and playful antics, and Lillibet, barely a toddler but already at the heart of royal intrigue. For parents outside the monarchy, this might seem surreal, but in royal circles, every document, every line, every signature carries weight. And here's the kicker. While the public speculates, the palace insists this is purely administrative. But can anyone really believe that an investigation into royal birth records is ever purely administrative? The curiosity grows. How deep does this rabbit hole go? Let's pause here for a second. Meghan reportedly said, I am not the mother. If we take this at face value, it raises 1,000 questions. Is this literal or symbolic? Could it refer to biological parentage, legal guardianship, or something more complex within the palace protocols? The story is riddled with ambiguity, which is exactly why it's captivating. The public is left speculating. Did Meghan mean she wasn't the biological mother of one or both children? Could this be a statement about emotional or ceremonial roles rather than biology? Is this part of a legal strategy, a media narrative, or a personal revelation? And yes, before you ask, every media outlet seems to have a slightly different interpretation. Some frame it as a shocking confession. Others present it as a symbolic statement about her role in royal life. Whatever the truth, the ambiguity is what keeps audiences hooked, hungry for the next update. So, how does one even begin to process a statement like this while maintaining perspective? That's where emotional intelligence and critical thinking come into play. Let's explore. The palace, renowned for its discretion, rarely makes public statements about internal affairs. But when an investigation into birth records is confirmed, it's a signal that official procedures are in motion. Here's what might be happening behind closed doors. Verification of birth certificates, confirming names, dates, and parentage against official records. Title entitlements. Determining who is legally entitled to the titles of prince/princess or lord/lady. Legal custody documentation, ensuring guardianship and parental rights are properly documented. Historical accuracy, cross-referencing records to avoid discrepancies in the royal archives. Think of it like auditing a very high-stakes family tree with global consequences. For royal historians, genealogists, and even lawyers, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to uncover truths that could reshape the family narrative. But while the palace may be focused on administrative details, the public sees a story full of intrigue, emotional drama, and tantalizing what-if scenarios. And here's the question burning on everyone's lips. Will the findings remain private, or is a media storm inevitable? If you thought social media couldn't get louder than the royal wedding coverage, think again. Almost instantly, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok exploded with memes, hot takes, and theories. Fans of Harry and Meghan defended her, framing the confession as brave honesty. Critics speculated wildly, some even questioning the legitimacy of her entire narrative. Influencers created viral threads analyzing every word, every reported facial expression, every rumored insider leak. The phenomenon is fascinating from a human behavior standpoint. When a public figure of Meghan's stature makes an ambiguous statement, the collective imagination runs wild. People share, debate, and speculate, not just because of interest in the royal family, but because they crave narrative, conflict, and resolution. This is also a reminder of the power of storytelling in our digital age. One line, "I am not the mother," can generate thousands of interpretations, each adding to the cultural conversation and global intrigue. While Meghan's alleged confession is unprecedented in some ways, history tells us that royal revelations are not uncommon. Think of Queen Elizabeth II's family secrets, Princess Diana's revelations about royal struggles, or even whispers of lineage disputes centuries ago. What sets this situation apart is the immediacy and global reach of modern media. In the past, rumors could linger in private correspondence or court records. Today, a single statement spreads faster than a royal carriage can travel to Windsor. It's also worth noting that ambiguity has always fueled public fascination with royalty. People are drawn to stories that blend prestige with vulnerability, ceremony with controversy. Meghan's statement hits every note. It's personal, shocking, and potentially historic. What this means for Archie and Lilibet. The children, innocent and unaware, are suddenly at the center of a story that could redefine public perception of their family. Here's what parents and observers might take away. Emotional considerations. Children caught in public controversies can face scrutiny far beyond their years. Legal implications. Depending on investigation findings, titles, custodial rights, or official records could be adjusted. Public narrative. Regardless of truth, the story shapes how the world views their family, their roles, and their identity. As heart-wrenching as it may seem, this moment also reminds us of the extraordinary pressures that come with being in the public eye from birth. Imagine having your every milestone scrutinized, every smile dissected, every birthday announcement debated online. For most parents, that's unimaginable. And this leads us to an important reflection. How do families protect their children from the storms of public scrutiny? Meghan and Harry's situation, as dramatic as it is, highlights challenges that resonate with anyone navigating family, privacy, and public perception, even outside royal circles. While we may not have palace-level drama in our own lives, Meghan's situation offers a few valuable takeaways. Clarity in communication. Ambiguous statements can lead to widespread speculation. Being clear, when possible, can prevent unnecessary drama. Managing public image. Everyone, from influencers to entrepreneurs, must balance transparency with privacy. Emotional support systems. Even the most public figures rely on trusted advisors, friends, and confidants to navigate crisis moments. Document everything. Legal clarity and thorough record-keeping prevent complications in times of scrutiny, royal or otherwise. So, the next time you post something on social media, remember, words matter. The ripple effects can be bigger than you imagine. What could happen next? The palace's next moves. The investigation is ongoing, and there's no official timeline for resolution. Yet, speculation abounds. Will the findings remain confidential, or could there be a public statement? Could this trigger changes in titles, public roles, or family dynamics? Will Meghan make further clarifications, or could this spark additional media interviews? The The suspense keeps audiences engaged. Like any great story, the resolution may reveal hidden twists, unexpected alliances, or shocking truths that reshape the narrative entirely. While the story is filled with intrigue, at its core, it's about family, identity, and the pressures of public life. Meghan Markle's alleged confession and the palace investigation it triggered reminds us that even the most seemingly untouchable figures grapple with personal challenges, scrutiny, and the weight of expectations. It also challenges us to question assumptions. What does it really mean to be a parent, a guardian, or a public figure? How do public statements intersect with private truths? And perhaps most importantly, how do we, as observers, navigate our own fascination with drama while staying empathetic to the humans behind the headlines? Now, we want to hear from you. What do you make of Meghan Markle's alleged confession? Do you think the palace investigation will reveal shocking truths? Or is this a storm in a teacup? How would you handle such scrutiny if it were your family in the spotlight? Comment below with your thoughts, share this article with friends who love royal drama, and don't forget to subscribe for updates on this ongoing saga. The story isn't over, and the next chapter might just leave